Welcome to the future. Welcome to the new Samsung Galaxy S. With the world's largest Super AMOLED screen. The power to perform at super fast speeds. And a huge collection of apps from Android Market, including search by voice and Google Maps with turn-by-turn navigation. It's our best Android-powered phone ever. The Samsung Galaxy S.
As soon as I wake up, every night, every day, I know that it's you I need to take the blues away. It must be love.
Samsung Galaxy S2, your smart life without limitations.
The Samsung Galaxy S3. It understands you. Sees your best side. Shares what's in your heart. Waits till you're asleep. Samsung Galaxy S3. Designed for humans.
Please put your hands together for your companion for tonight's Galaxy S4 launch, our MC, Mr. Michael Mole.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Samsung Galaxy S4 World Tour right here in Johannesburg. In brackets, by the way, the auto cue says rapturous applause. That would be your cue. You know, in the pre-60s, when the British ran this country, they would open Parliament with a rendition of God Save the Queen. Then the Nats took over in 61, and they would open with a Bijbelvers of a grappie. Today, I understand Parliament starts with these words, "Hi, sorry I'm late." So we're in good company tonight. If they can do it, we can too, and trust me, this is worth the wait. Before we get going, please, a warm round of applause to welcome our CEO and President of Samsung Electronics Africa, Mr. KK Park. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time, or the time that most of us and so many of us have been waiting for, has finally arrived. You're about to discover or rather we're about to unleash on you a horde of jaw-dropping features of the brand new Galaxy S4. It is going to blow your mind. I'm sure you're going to find it's going to be the ideal life companion. In fact, better yet, it doesn't talk back to you. So it's better than a life companion, a husband's dream. Well, actually, come to think of it, it does talk back to you. It just doesn't nag. And it won't complain when you leave your socks lying around. So it's more like Iron Man's Tony Stark and Jarvis. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. We have an incredible product to reveal to you tonight. Before we get going, a little bit of housekeeping just to get that out of the way. The entire Sandton Convention Center is a smoke-free zone. So if you must light up, please do so outside, which is a good thing. I've often felt that having a smoking section in a restaurant is like having a peeing section in a pool. It makes no sense at all. Speaking of which, bathrooms, if you go out to your left and to your right, just to make sure you go to the right bathroom. Don't make the mistake I did a little while ago, walked into the wrong bathroom, quite by accident, innocent mistake, and literally got caught red-handed. Woman says to me, "I beg your pardon, but this is for a woman only." And all I could say was, "So is this, ma'am." And it didn't go down very well. So we also do know that there are more mobile phones in South Africa than there are people. So we're going to assume that you have one, and I'm going to ask that you turn it on silent for the duration of this evening. If you do want to tweet, please do so. Our hashtag is Galaxy S4. In fact, if you want to upload your some YouTube clips or update your Facebook status, you're welcome to do that. In fact, you can do all three on one single website: YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. The URL is utwitface.com. Check it out. Very, very cool. So many of you would know that the Galaxy S4 made a very successful debut in New York City on March the 14th and is now making its way around the world and is set to become the smartphone of choice right here in Johannesburg. The world tour is taking place in 11 other cities around the world, and Joburg is one of them. The largest city in the world not on a river, a lake, or a coastline. Did you know that? And also the lightning capital of the world. That's Jersey. And that's lightning with an N, by the way, not the lighting capital of the world. I think thanks to Eskom, we're at the bottom of that particular list. But tonight we're going to enlighten you and light up the stage with some of the amazing features that the Samsung S4 handset has to show you. So we're going to unveil it, and we're really proud, or Samsung is really proud to have you with us for that unveiling. There's lots to be done and seen, so as the late Elizabeth Taylor used to say to her husbands, I don't want to keep you very much longer. I'm going to hand you over to the Vice President and Chief Operating Officer, Samsung Electronics Africa, to give you a little bit of insight into Samsung and how it leads the way in the bigger picture. So ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to Mr. George Ferreira. In a three-piece suit, George.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Samsung World Tour, the Johannesburg version, which is representing today the entire continent. And firstly, let me say welcome to all our friends from the operators from across Africa. We've got, in fact, approximately 40 countries represented in the audience, and about 20 countries are represented through the operators. The operators representing South Africa, thank you for being here. Our distributors from across Africa, thank you for making the journey. Some as far as Dubai, some from Singapore, from all over, Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, every other country in Africa that's represented here. Thank you very much. And then to the media, which we spent the last hour with, thank you for joining us and continuing this journey with us today. And I hope that you're going to have a fantastic time with us. To the people standing at the back, there's still a lot of space in the front. If you want to make your way through, we'll gladly accept you in the front here. So please make your way through down the sides, so we'll carry on with the show. So, thanks for being here. I know it took out of your personal time to be with us, and we really appreciate it that you're now with us. So the World Tour marks another milestone in Samsung's relentless pursuit of innovation. When you think of Samsung, the word innovation should come to it. We are always coming to market with the first product, best in category. In this case, the Samsung smartphone, S4. And also, we want you to witness the Galaxy. From the earlier video, you saw the evolution of the Galaxy from the S to the S2 to the S3 and tonight the S4. And it's about how we are building a lifestyle around every single device. In the beginning, it was around only the features of the phone when the Galaxy S came. With the S3, it became it was your product of choice. And with the S4, it will be about how do we create this companion which will enhance your lifestyle. Consumers today across the globe, and specifically in Africa, are asking more out of technology. And they want to make sure that the features are enriched and that also the product and the device is able to empower them. Samsung has always understood this. Through our rich R&D centers across the globe, we've been listening to our consumers. And we continue to listen to the people and take in their feedback and knowing what kind of progress you want us to bring to such a product. We have once again taken the technology and innovation of further to help us get closer to you, to life, to help us live a richer, simpler, and more fulfilled life. We have really listened to you, I think, to really understand what you need in a smartphone. And all these efforts have taken us to where we are today. And I'm starting to build up, so I want you to get excited. And I'm going to share quite a couple of, I think, world's first, and Africa, especially Africa's first, that has never been shared before. In fact, I can confidently say that we have developed a product that is redefining the way we live, maximizing and our fulfillment in the way that we interact with the device, and making every moment meaningful. This is the lifestyle that we want to bring to you. We all carry smartphones. And when we launched the Note 2, I asked the question to the audience, and 99% of you raised your hands and you had a smartphone in the audience. So with this smartphone evolution and theme that's happening now across the world, imagine being able to communicate with your friends around the world, but solving the language barrier, overcoming the language barrier. Imagine smartphones in this room linked together without the need for a network connection in here or an internet connection, but yet being able to seamlessly connect together and play music together. Could it be possible that these powerful devices could help take care of our health? We believe at Samsung these devices can take care of our health and can especially help us take care of our health. From our observations of real life, the most important source of our inspiration we have conceived and developed from what we thought was impossible. And this we have done by looking at the human race, taking from them inspiration on how we should innovate these products that we bring to market. We recognize that life is a journey, and we want a device that can join us on this journey, a device that enables us to do more, a companion that helps us experience life to the fullest, a life companion. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I assure you, you will see it. Thank you, and I'll be shortly back. ladies and gentlemen, the Samsung Galaxy S4. So let me put one down, and I'm going to get right into it. We are at the forefront when it comes to the revolution of how we are bringing best-of-breed devices to the market. Best advanced technology. And I think, let me start right on the screen. 5-inch Full HD Super AMOLED. Incredible sharpness of 441 ppi. Less to hold, but definitely more to see. 7.9 millimeters thin. Incredible. And weighing in at a mere 130 grams. Incredible product. The new molding technology has allowed us to innovate around this polycarbonate material, which makes it really strong, gives us this premium finish, and excellent craftsmanship. The colors, as you saw, will be in white frost and black mist. Looking at the camera, a 13 megapixel camera with flash, 0 shutter lag. And in the front, you've got a 2 megapixel with full HD recording at 30 frames per second. Connectivity, 3G and LTE varieties, and it will be released to market. Also supporting the hexaband LTE. It will realize true global LTE roaming for download speeds of up to 100 megabits and upload speeds of up to 50 megabits. What's incredible about this phone? 9 sensors in total now, but I'll only talk about 2. The one, infrared gesture for how you move it, and then a temperature and humidity sensor. This will provide a more seamless user experience. Finally, a better battery life. Power consumption efficiencies, which will really manage the way that you start up the apps and control the apps, giving you up to 2 hours additional viewing time. And also a very powerful battery in this fella. 2,600 milliamp battery. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you are wondering when this life companion will finally be arriving in South Africa and in Africa. Your life companion will be arriving nationwide April 27th, Saturday morning, 10 o'clock in South Africa and in Africa. You can go out and you can go and buy this device. Samsung's relentless passion for innovation results us in introducing premium products. But now, and you'll hear also later on about all the features that this phone has, but that I will allow for my colleagues and a few special guests that will come and talk about it. In Africa, we saw the possibility and opportunity to add more value, to create a lifestyle that is linked to a smart ecosystem. And behind me, you'll see the Samsung Galaxy S4, built for Africa, but underneath it, the smart ecosystem. And what do we mean by this ecosystem? A month ago, back in Cape Town at our African Forum, we spoke about building this smart ecosystem that will work around our products and our technology, bringing added value to the consumers. The vision was to shift the paradigm lifestyle into a whole new level, the ultimate lifestyle. But let me explain. Around music, services, connectivity, entertainment, learning, and finance. So let me get to what I mean by these. In the music service, we partnered with Universal Music to bring you the click. On the connectivity service, we partnered with Always On to bring you Wi-Fi connectivity, and we'll be taking that to Africa. On entertainment services, we brought DSTV with a drifter, bring you entertainment to your devices. Affordability with financial services, we partnered with Blue Financial Services. And on the learning services, we joined Learn Things with a whole lot of content available through them. And how about touching the youth through a sports coaching services with a smart trainer, which you'll hear later from a very well-known legend playing a great sport in this country. And then I've got 2 more that is part of this ecosystem that we are trying to build. Number 1, SNP, the acronym. I'm going to expand on that. Social network payments. We are currently in a development stage where payments through social means will be available using Facebook or Twitter. not only within the borders that you're living, but across countries. And that will be ready for market within this quarter. I think that will be a great way for how we want to transfer money to one another and give money to our children when they're at school, at university, through these social means. And then, which I'm really particularly excited about, is ADH. And ADH is another acronym that I think tonight every single one of you are going to be excited about. Accidental damage from handling. So, what does it mean? With the 24 months factory warranty that comes standard with all our devices, we've taken it a step further because we've been listening to our consumers and they're saying, give us real value on your products that you bring to market. And what this ADH is all about, it will be, for the 2 years, it will cover screen and water damage on this device, limiting to 2 incidents over the 2-year period. No questions asked, no access to pay. So, if you do what I've done once, got really upset and threw the phone against the wall, and then realized, damn, there goes my phone. Now, you walk into a service center, which I'll touch just now, and we will replace the screen of yours. Run into the sea, jump in a pool with it, and we will replace the hardware component inside. No questions asked. I think you guys could do better than that. How about really showing the appreciation for what we're doing? Thank you. We are so excited about it that this is the world's first. No one has ever done it. No one has ever done it anywhere. Yet, we've come up with it in Africa. And if it proves to be a huge success, we will probably look at it going elsewhere. So thank you very much for your support. As you can imagine, the possibilities of going forward with our smart ecosystem are endless between software and hardware that offer you the ultimate lifestyle. Samsung will also be introducing a new level of service to enhance this new lifestyle. We are proud to present the Samsung service centers throughout Africa, across the 51 countries, over 330 service networks to help you and look after our customers and service them the way they should be. Again, this is the first from any manufacturer across Africa. So I appreciate that you will support us with this initiative because we want to make sure from Cape Town to Dakar, right across this continent, Samsung will be the only company bringing you 24 months warranty, but with the peace of mind. Now, I think this is service. We have also backed it up with smart accessories. And behind me, you'll see some of the accessories that will be featured with the Galaxy Samsung S4. But later onwards, we will invite you to go and have a look exactly at how these accessories look, how they feel, and how they work seamlessly with our devices. In conclusion, we are building for Africa the following: a smart ecosystem, a smart content for our consumers, leading the smart lifestyle, smart services, and smart accessories. Together with the Galaxy S4, we truly believe this is the life companion you have been looking for. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you. I look forward to hosting you throughout the evening. Thank you for being with us on this momentous occasion.
Envíame fotos, muchas fotos.
Hola mamá. Hola mamá, nada, estamos empezando el viaje y... Hola mamá, ¿qué tal? Te he hecho un
Are you not impressed? I mean, that's just amazing. You know, just 20 years ago, if I told you could reach anyone anywhere in the world with a piece of metal and plastic that you held in the palm of your hand with no wires attached to it, you'd laugh at me. And now only 2 decades later, look what we have. I mean, here's a phone that not only can monitor my vital signs and keep me healthy, but a phone that responds to hand gestures, and not just hand gestures, eye movements. I mean, here's a phone that can translate my words into several foreign languages. And the crazy thing is my 4-year-old son thinks it's normal. There is nothing normal about this phone. It's an extraordinary handset, ahead of its time. Amazing phone. Another rapturous applause, by the way, just in case you're wondering, in the brackets there. And how's that camera? I mean, that's just amazing. In fact, it was Napoleon who said a picture paints 1,000 words. Well, with the S4's sound and shot, you can now actually hear those 1,000 words together with the picture, which is great. I could ramble on all night, but I'm sure you don't want to hear from a layman's perspective as much as you want to hear from Michael Bolton, singing tonight. I'm sure you don't want to do that. So I'm going to hand you over to Craig Fleischer, Director of Mobile Communications, Samsung Electronics South Africa, to come on the stage and give us some of the amazing facts. Let's give Craig, with a silent E, a round of applause. Thanks, Craig.
How are you doing?
Good. And joining Craig, all the way from Kenya, especially for this launch tonight, is Chief Operating Officer, Samsung Electronics East Africa, Robert Ngeru, also known as Barry White. How are you, Robert? Brilliant. Guys, good evening.
It was a set position we had to stand in.
So that's true. So if you're on that side, I should be standing like this. This is true.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael, thank you very much. Good evening, Robert.
Good evening, Craig.
Thank you so much for joining us to the African leg of the Samsung Galaxy S4 World Tour.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Galaxy S4 unveiling right here in Johannesburg.
Just say, can't get enough of your love, babe. Oh, this is fantastic, this voice. Gentlemen, I was just commenting on this integrated camera, and it's so much more than just a camera. I mean, this is like starring in your own Truman Show. You know, it has this sort of day-to-day journal concept, and it's great for everyday stuff, and of course, highlights. You know, I mean, it's just phenomenal.
Yeah, it really is. The integrated camera like no other. So the feature that you saw on the screen earlier, as you said, was called Sound and Shot, and it really gives context to the photographs. It's part of a whole new range of intelligent camera features that make the S4 a real standout device. We're also going to talk about, in this chapter, dual shot, sound and shot, drama shot, eraser, as well as animated photograph.
What you said sounds amazing. I just have no idea what you're talking about. So I think what I'm going to do, apart from drooling over this phone, is actually leave the stage and hand it over to you guys. So, Craig, Robert, all yours.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Great, thank you very much, Michael. So, first of all, we're going to talk about dual shot. That's a feature that had audiences buzzing in New York, London, and other cities around the world. So, most phones have got two cameras, right? We've taken it a step further. Dual shot lets you use both of them simultaneously. So, you can see both sides. For all you travelers out there, let's say you're standing in front of the Grand Canyon, and you want to show everybody that you were actually there. Well, you can do it with the S4. Now, you can take a picture and actually put yourself into that environment and send it straight away to friends and family, no matter where they are. For a change, everyone can see, yes, he was there. And if you don't want to hand your phone to a stranger, this is the perfect solution.
It actually works for me. I'd like to get back to sound and shot. The best way to describe it is picture with sound. It's not a video. It's a still image where you can record a few words before and after the picture, say 9 seconds worth. How often do you look back at past photos and you can't even remember the context? Now, you can hear your granddaughter say hello when you're far, far away.
I miss you, Grandma.
Did you ever think you'd be able to listen to a photograph? Think about how awesome that is. In fact, let's not talk about it. Let's show you how it's done.
Okay, where's that live cam? Let's have a look. So I'm going to ask for some audience participation. You guys ready to participate a bit? Yeah? Okay, fantastic. So what we're going to do here is just bring up the mode and go into sound and shot. So before I take this photo, I want you all to shout S4. Okay, go. S4. Great. That was just 3 seconds worth. So when we play that again, let me see if I can do this. Here we go. So it really is something really awesome, and you can see why we're so excited about this, really giving context to those really special moments that you all want to share. Now, let's talk about something that impressed me personally that I saw in New York, and that was drama shot. So drama shot is really the next logical step to the burst shot feature that we launched on the Galaxy S3. It lets you take multiple shots at once, so it can capture a whole sequence of pictures in one picture. It puts them all together in a collage so you can see all the action sequences from beginning to end. And you can understand, there we go. Well, you just saw some of the sports stuff. You can imagine how awesome this is for sports. So, in fact, why don't we show you what one of our friends have done with this. All right, that was the Big Easy, practicing his swing. He unfortunately couldn't be here with us this evening, but he's in the United States, and as you can see, it works perfectly for sports. I think another round of applause for Drama Shot.
Well, we'd like to thank Annie for sending this amazing shot. Let's talk about the eraser. It's a function that uses the burst shot feature too. With just one click on the camera, you can use the eraser. It takes multiple images so that you can go back and erase the visual noise. For instance, let's say you took a great shot of yourself at the Namaquan and Daisies, but afterwards you realize that somebody actually just photobombed you.
Yeah.
With the eraser function, actually, you can just blot him out of the picture. So they no longer exist, and you have a perfect picture after that.
Wow.
Also, there's this lovely animated photo feature. It is so much more fun. With this, you can take a still photo and the background moves. If you want to animate the other section of the background image, click on it and it will go back from static to moving. It's fantastic and will prove to be extremely popular on blogs and social media feeds. You have got to try it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'd like to share with you another feature worth trying. Let's see it on the screen.
Which one is it?
是哪个？
这里。
Here.
Emily 对吧？
The food is really good. Food is great.
料理很棒。
哦，这个意思。是。
Wow. Isn't that revolutionary, guys? So, in this chapter, we're going to talk about S-Translator, which you've just seen on screen there, Story Album, HomeSync, and Samsung Hub. So, a little bit more about S-Translator. It really turns your S4 into a translating device that can, in almost real time, translate between 10 different international languages. So, you just speak into the device, and the device translates what you want to say. Or you record a language you don't understand, and the words are talked back to you in your own language. It also translates speech to text, text to speech, as well as text to text.
That's fantastic. It's amazing. Technology is advancing. technology is advancing at an unbelievable rate. You must see the Story album. Just the best photo organization tool you can get out there. We all take hundreds of photos on our phones, but what do we do with all of them? The Galaxy S4 gives you lots of options on how to organize your photographs. You can do it automatically or manually. Your Galaxy S4 actually asks you whether you want to create an album. Then Story Album analyzes the picture, recognizes where and when you took them, and then makes an album for you. You then choose a template and a name. Later on, you can add tags like a note on the weather or place or venue. It's really like doing your own personalized scrapbooking on your phone. And then you can share it out with your friends as well.
Yeah, I really think that's a really, really awesome feature. Okay, so now let's talk HomeSync. HomeSync is a personalized cloud device. It's a hard drive that is connected to your home network for you to store, share, and access content anywhere, whether you're on your Galaxy S4, your PC, your tablet, or even your TV. It gives you a full terabit of storage, and you can sync up to 8 users. And with NFC, syncing in a snap. You can use it to back up those photographs that you were talking about, right?
Absolutely.
And while you were traveling, all you got to do is save it to the hard drive. It's going to make home entertainment system function even more smoothly.
Absolutely. Actually, with 1 terabyte, there's a lot you can store.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, this brings me to Samsung Hub, your integrated content store with a beautiful magazine interface. Let's listen to the opinion of a man who, one, both is our greatest critic when he feels that the product is not up to scratch, and a great supporter when he finds a product that he likes.
Hi, I'm Arthur Goldstuck. I like to try every new phone that comes onto the market where possible, and last year there were many of those. And the one that stood out was the Galaxy S3. But there were a few things that bugged me about this device, like the numerous hubs where you had to go to different places for different experiences. But with the Galaxy S4, that seems to have been resolved. What I particularly like about it is the integrated experiences. They've simplified things broadly by integrating a lot of features. And the one that stands out for me is the Story album, because it essentially takes content from video feeds, photo feeds, even from text and messages, to try and create a timeline of your life and turn that into a permanent memory, whether virtual or physical. From a working point of view, the feature that stood out for me in terms of something I would have needed in the last few months was the S-Translator. I was in 2 different countries where having that feature on my phone would have made my life a lot simpler and got me out of a couple of scrapes far more quickly. So I see the phone on a personal and a business level simplifying my life, and ultimately that's what I want out of a phone. Will the S4 succeed the S3 as the phone of the year for 2013? On the evidence so far, I don't see too many other phones competing for that title.
Wow, how incredible is that, TBC? A group of Galaxy S4s suddenly becomes a surround sound system. Okay, now you can clap. Okay, I'm going to ask a South African celebrity to join us in a short little bit to chat about group play. And then we will also discover in this chapter Air View, Air Gesture, Glove Friendly, and the Samsung Smart Gesture. Now, let's get back to group play. And when we talk about music, there's one guy that immediately comes to mind. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to bring on stage Danny Kaye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So, I presume many of you, like me, are music fans. We enjoy using our phones to listen to music, to share music, to experience music. And the Galaxy S4 does this in spades. So let's say I want to listen to one of my new songs that you just heard as I walked up with 5 of my good friends. I act as a group play leader, and I pair my device with theirs through something Samsung calls Share Music. We can pair up to 8 Galaxy S4 devices at the same time, creating a 5-channel surround sound system. And I'm sure many of you know about surround sound systems. We can change the volume on the left, we can change the volume on the right. Just incredible. And even with 2, we can create the most fantastic stereo speaker system, really giving users the ability to enjoy their music. On top of that, to make it even more fun, Craig and I can share photos, Robert and I can play video games. I don't know if you enjoy playing video games. And we do that simply by taking out our phones, tapping them to one another, and syncing it back to back. And that's it. And you can check out my new song in the group play area afterwards. So thank you, and to my Korean friends, 감사합니다. Thank you very much.
Danny, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, thank you.
Gentlemen.
That was amazing about group play. Now, I was tweeted earlier by a well-known Kenyan journalist and technology anchor from Nation TV in Kenya, Mr. Larry Madowo. Actually, Larry is here at the lounge tonight, and I'd like to invite him to come on stage and talk about a few other features.
Hi, Larry.
Good to see you. Hey, Larry.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Good.
Good evening, everybody. I want to make an immediate comparison. What has it that Samsung has introduced a feature from the Galaxy Note 2, which I've been using and is great, to the Galaxy S4? I'm referring to Air View.
Yeah, we have had so much actually praise about that. This function has been phenomenal, but with the Galaxy S4, a slightly different version of it. On the Galaxy Note 2, you could do a quick preview with a pen, hovering a pen on top of your screen. But
well, on the innovation now in the Galaxy S4, it means that all you have to do is point your finger on the screen, and without opening it, you immediately get a touchless preview of what you're looking at. It's a great step forward. This saves you a lot of time, and it also saves you processor time and processor power.
that's the thinking, actually. It doesn't break your workflow or train of thoughts at the same time. And you just get the information you need real quick.
And let me give you an example, because I noticed an improvement this brings to S-Planner. If you have a busy schedule like mine, it means this is very important, because when navigating through the phone, by holding your finger over an appointment, I can see all the info I need on it without opening it. It's beautiful. You just view it and you move on.
So, Larry, great features. Tell me, what have you thought of Air Gesture?
Wow, that's perhaps my favorite feature, I should say. It's fantastic because I don't even have to open a screen to see something, because by swiping over the device, it moves photos from one image to the other. Let me show you something. This is a live demo of Air Gesture. So I can just do that, and I'll show you some of the pictures I've been taking.
Yeah.
And then just by doing this, I can hear the gasps in the room. Everybody's very impressed by that. And it works both ways. I can take it back the other side as well.
Wow, that's great. And when you're using it in the music function, you can also use it to change tracks as well.
Yes, and it'll be perfect for when I'm cooking, and by cooking I mean when I'm burning things,
Yeah.
or when my hands are wet.
So, exactly. So you can use it also when browsing the web, And to answer a call, when you can't touch the screen, you just have to swipe your hand over the screen and it will pick the call up for you and automatically answer the phone in speaker mode.
So another great feature is what we call glove friendly. Once the cold weather sets in and you're wearing gloves, it's going to be perfect. You can actually touch the screen with your gloves on, and it will recognize every command as if you're using your finger.
I know why this is impressive, because nobody really wants to take off your gloves when it's really cold. And I've been here in winter. It gets really cold. So Samsung has taken this a step further, and I think that's great with Smart Pause. And Smart Pause, I need to bring you to this, because if I was to say, when you can't or you don't want to touch the screen, the Galaxy S4 detects your gaze, yes, and follows what you're doing.
Actually, if you're watching a video and you turn away, it will pause. When you look back, it will continue playing again.
Again, some more gasps in the audience. Yeah. I just got this a short while ago, and you can certainly tell I'm enjoying it. So I found that slogan, Life's Companion, spot on.
Fantastic.
Thanks for sharing the views with us, Larry. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Larry.
Please put your hands together for Larry.
Okay, can you believe it? We're almost at the end. Okay, Larry, thank you very much for your time. In this next chapter, we're going to discuss S-Health, Samsung Knox, and some of the Samsung Galaxy S4 accessories. Okay, so let's start with talking about S-Health. It's a superb feature that has really started to spark some conversation. And it's a service which enhances our active and healthy lifestyles, motivating us to do more, because it actually gives us feedback on the progress and what we're actually doing. So I'd like to ask a man we all know well to join us on stage to tell us how S-Health is making a difference in his life.
Can't ask more from a second row forward. He does so much of the good work in the scrum.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jan Kruger. So, S-Health is a revolutionary new concept in smartphone tech that has a health board monitor to progress and hopefully keep us motivated. So, Honore and I, we were talking the other day, and you were already telling me what S-Health was doing for you.
Craig, I'm impressed, man. Besides having to be super fit, I have to watch what I eat and keep well. Although S-Health monitors how fit I am, there's loads more that's very important to my wellness.
Say, Jandri, what do you find most impressive on the S4 so far?
For me, S-Health is such a complete package. It keeps track of my workout, but also exactly what I'm eating and drinking. It can count the calories of what I eat and also how many I burn. And let's say I cheat with a burger, it can tell me the damage.
Sure. Yeah, I know. So, S-Health has support for a number of features like WalkMate, Food Tracker, Exercise Mate, Comfort Level, and lots more. It's almost like your own healthcare system.
You're telling me. This is so easy. Now I can make the right decisions about my health and even get a full report on it.
You know, the Galaxy S4 actually has sensors. You can pick up your blood pressure and sugar levels very easily.
Yes, and I'm tracking them. S-Health monitors everything for me. Pulse, calories, alles. You can personalize everything.
Yeah.
What it means is that I can control how much I exercise before a big match. I see it as a new wellness companion, and I'm very impressed with it. And what I'm also really looking forward to is the mobile app Smart Trainer. It gives the average person in Africa the chance to get personal coaching on the smartphones by well-known professionals.
So, Janri, I'm glad you mentioned this. This is a service free to all Samsung users, and it is really great for the up-and-coming young sports person to learn the skills from the best in the field.
Talking about the best in the field, one of my Bachmates wants to give you guys a message.
Okay, Janre. Well, before we hear from him, we'd just like to thank you so much for coming up on stage and talking to us about S-Health. Thank you very much, Janre.
Thanks, Janre.
Round of applause for Janre, please. Thank you.
Hi guys, sorry you've called me in the middle of my gym session, getting fit and building some more muscle. Jandre and I have been talking a lot about S-Health and I'm using it. I got my new S4 2 weeks ago, and I've been working out with Exercise Mate. I pop it in my pocket or hold it in my hand, and it monitors me. SL is changing the way I exercise. It's tracking and keeping tabs on the exercises that I do, so I know what I need to strengthen. It's a lot like having your own personal trainer. The S4 is already my new wellness companion, and it seems to be even getting to know me better than my own personal trainerhood. It even has a real-time heart monitor that will keep my health in check. I can't wait for the new accessory, S-Band. You wear it on your wrist all the time, link it to your Galaxy S4, and it records all your daily activities. Like how many steps you have taken, or how far you've gone, the speed of running, your heartbeat, and even your sleep pattern. It will also tell me whether the environment I'm working out in is a good temperature. I can't wait. It's being released in June, just in time for the rugby season. So come support the Bokke, and don't forget to use Drummer Shot for the best moments. And Genre, see you soon on the field.
Great. We'd like to thank Tendai, and we hope to see the Beast back on the field soon. Now, I bet that many of you are thinking, well, it's great to have a device that can monitor my well-being and my personal life, but what about business and issues of privacy? Well, these days with Bring Your Own Device, corporate IT departments have to be really strict about managing personal data on devices these days.
So, on the one hand, there's a trend to bring your own device to work. On the other hand, you can see a strong pushback from IT managers who are extremely worried about the company's security. At Samsung, we understand both sides, and we came up with a powerful security options which ensures total privacy. This is the impressive Knox.
Okay, so what Knox does is it has what we call containers, okay, which separates the device neatly into, well, two distinct areas, one for work and one for your private life. This is the great part, is that your IT manager can remotely access and control all of the content inside your work or business container, but your private life remains, well, private and can't be accessed by the business.
Absolutely. So the IT manager can delete your corporate data if needed, but he can't look at what photos you have or your statistics on your S-Health. In fact, the user can't copy files from one email to the other. Those are two separate containers, just like Craig said.
Yeah. So for business and pleasure, the areas are now completely separated, but there is some calendar integration between the two.
It's going to ease pressure on business enormously, actually. We would now like to share a message from an executive from Remgro, Mr. Peter Ace.
Good evening, Peter Ace, all the way from Stellenbosch in the Fairest Cape. I'm here tonight to share with you and Samsung the launch of the new Galaxy S4. I've been a Samsung Galaxy user for a while now. Started off with the S2, then the S3, had a Note 1, and more recently the Note 2. In fact, my whole family are Galaxy users. Smartphones have become part of everyday life, with all of us using smartphones at home and at work. Because of security and privacy concerns, this has become an issue, with most of us now carrying two phones. And this is why I like the new Samsung Galaxy S4. Samsung, with the Knox technology in the phone, have added another layer of security to the phone, to the Android platform, effectively splitting the phone into two separate devices, making it secure at a hardware level. So even if somebody takes your phone, the phone is compromised, and resets the phone, you can still find your phone. So with the Knox software, your IT manager will now be happy because he can manage and secure the one side of the phone, and you will have your own private device completely separate from the work device. And this is why I'm really looking forward to making the new Samsung Galaxy S4 my next smartphone and my everyday companion.
Great. Thank you, Peter. So before, yes, a round of applause. Thank you. So before Robert and I finish off, excuse me, let's talk quickly about some accessories. So behind me you'll see the S View cover, which is an interactive flip cover that has a transparent display and lets you see key information and also answering the phone without having to open up the flip. When you do open it, the screen automatically turns on, and when you close it, obviously it turns the screen off again, saving your battery. Of course, we have our standard array of flip covers, pouches, and protective covers. Ladies and gentlemen, from Robert and myself, we thank you for your attention and look forward to seeing you later on.
Thank you, and please welcome Michael Moll back on stage. And good night from us.
Thanks, Robert. Thanks, Craig. Doesn't that just whet your appetite? Bet you can't wait for the phone to be released. Bring on Saturday. Again, let's just give a huge vote of thanks to Craig and Robert for truly enlightening us about the astonishing Galaxy S4. It really complements so many areas of one's life. What a phone. In fact, I was sitting at the back listening to all those features thinking, I can use that, I can use that. Probably one of the features I'm going to use most is the S translator with the traveling that I get to do. There's nothing worse than kind of getting lost in translation. I mean, I remember in Ecuador walking to a little hotel and seeing the sign above this reception saying, all the water in this hotel has been personally passed by the manager. I mean, just the thought of that. In fact, it was Parker Pen who was launching their pen in Mexico in Spanish, and their byline in English was, our pen won't leak in your pocket and embarrass you. But the word embarazar in Spanish is an unusual word, and directly translated it came out as, our pen won't leak in your pocket and make you pregnant. I mean, my wife needs to get a pen like that. So I need a demo. Should we test a demonstration here on S Translator quickly? I'm going to, I'm sure it's quite easy for phones to sort of do, hi, how are you? I really want to test this S4's ability to translate something. Do you guys remember Monty Python's Hungarian phrasebook? Remember that skit? Let's try this. My hovercraft is full of eels. All right. And let's see what that sounds like in Korean. Cool, I think. Mr. Park? I'm getting a thumbs up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, just it is simply one of the most ultimate life companions. It is the ultimate life companion. It has the ability to make your life richer, simpler, and a whole lot more fun, as we've witnessed here this evening, bringing us closer and capturing those fun and incredible moments when we are together. It really has been an absolute pleasure spending time and discovering the incredible features of the S4 with you. I hope you've learned as much as I have. In fact, there's a Korean proverb that says, teach me something or tell me something and I'll forget. Show me something and I may remember. Involve me and I'll understand. I'll get it. So what we're going to do right now is get you to get involved with the S4. Next door is our experience zone. We want you to get up close and personal with the phones, get touchy-feely with the phones, not your fellow audience members, please. There are 4 zones. In the Life Task Zone, you can try out the Story Album, Air Gesture, and Air View. In the Life Care Zone, we have the S Health and Knox. In the Relationship Zone, we've got fun with S Translator and Group Play. You can test the, my hovercraft is full of eels there, and give Sound and Shot and Drama Shot a go in the Fun Zone. And speaking of the Fun Zone, beyond the Experience Zone, there's one party happening tonight, so please stick around for a long while. We want to celebrate this launch with you. Please enjoy the rest of the evening. From me, Michael Moll, and the entire team, the Samsung Galaxy S4 team, thank you so much for your support. Good night. God bless you guys.